I guess it's time. It's time to finally start this show. And I appreciate everybody joining here on what I believe to be my second live on YouTube Live. And I have a live art thread going on Twitter. This is actually just going to be another test of mine. I'm testing different versions of broadcasting and monetizing my voice and even the exposure for us here in the NFT community. So bear with me as I get used to all of these tools and get experienced. I'm not a streamer of any sort. I don't know how to use Twitch. I don't use YouTube Go Live or anything like that. I'm just simply a creator, a curious soul that's willing to go to the ends of hell to make sure that I'm seen and heard, kind of like so many of you. And I see you here in the chat because I'm actually using Streamlabs desktop and it's showing me everybody in the room. LaPro, Alexandra, Nora, Raj, M Design, Fickle, Reese. Thank you, Shavet, Akshat. Thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate you spending your time with me, sharing that with me, supporting me on my network every single day that I log in and I try to hustle towards what we consider being successful in the NFT space, right? And one thing we have to question is, what does that even mean? What does it mean to be successful in the NFT space? Is it where you're making tons of ETH, or is it where you're known by many? What is the true success or goal of being an NFT artist in the NFT community? In my opinion, it's a little mixture of both, but more importantly, it's understanding who you are and what it is you're supposed to be doing here. The only person who knows that is nobody better than yourself. You need to come here and you need to be about yourself. You need to showcase who it is you are. That's what's going to be the most unique to anybody coming to look forward to collecting you. That's the idea, is to collect something unique and have it enter your collection so that it can be worth it to somebody else who stumbles across to meet that personality. The art is just strictly a token. It's a reward for bonding with the personality. What's up, Mind of a Creative? Thanks for joining the YouTube Live here. My Freaks University channel's in the building. My NFT Freaks supporters are in the building. Other people doing NFT are in the building. Excuse me, it is a live session though, and I am using the tools for the first time, but I'm going to jump over and we're going to check the thread real quick and we're going to see what we got popping. We're going to see what's going on here. We got 116 people engaging. We see some great art here, of course. It's going to be a new experience for people who are just joining us right now. And again, I really appreciate you joining this version of the live art thread. I think I'm the first person to actually do this, so I'd like my flowers whenever you see them fit for the community. Make sure you sponsor, make sure you support, and make sure they understand who's really trying to break the barriers for artists, peers, collectors, and enthusiasts worldwide. And if you like what I'm doing, I need you to be clicking that bell and then clicking that subscribe button. I always wanted to say that, by the way. I never knew when I was able to say that. What's up, Bill Bag? How you doing? Live here with NFT Freaks. You can catch the action at twitter.com/NFT Freaks. I'm browsing the live art thread currently. I'm watching some amazing art. I'm live on YouTube. You better tell your friends what we came to do. We're going to review some art here. Whatever pulls us, we're going to discuss. And this is simply how we do it. We just come in here, we browse, and then we stop on something magnificent like this. Magnusoma. Check that out right there. This whirlwind, this dust tunnel tornado. I just heard a bell go off. I think somebody subscribed. Thank you, whoever did that. I'm new to all this. I'm hearing it in the background. But Magna, this piece is incredible. The mixture of originality with photography. I don't even know if you're oil painting this. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but it captured my attention just so magnificently. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. I'm actually going to look into that because I see your .f.tez And I'm currently collecting on Tez, so I need to take a better look at that. Let's check out Nora right here. How about this one? I love these original works that you know are not asset driven. You know they came straight from the mind and heart. I just heard something else go off. I think somebody else subscribed. Hey, look at here. We're doing something. Thank you so much for joining me. But check out this art piece right here. My mind is going so obsessive compulsive that every single thing you've done here is symmetrical. That is mind blowing for me. Thank you so much for dropping by and letting me see that. That is so pleasant for the eye, by the way. I just have to kind of showcase this here. Everything you see with the shadows and the petals and the hair and the face and the clothes, my mind is trying to patternize it all, and it fits perfectly. The eagle coming around with the person camping or holding that lantern and then ducking off into the corner. It's beautiful. I love that color palette you used. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm always going to share works like that. Here's another one from Mango. Is that Mango again? Was that? Okay, Magna, Nora, and now Mango. Check this out. This is pretty wicked and cool, right? Definitely not asset driven. Again, I love these original style works where you know they came from your mind. They're super creative. And by the way, this episode is being recorded. It's the first time I'm showcasing art from my network here on NFT Freaks at twitter.com. And I'm going to continue doing this stuff if you support it and endorse it. And you better start supporting some of these works. And I just heard another bell go off for somebody subscribing to me or doing whatever YouTube wants us to do. I know it has to be good. It can't be bad, right? Hopefully you're not throwing up a grievance on me or anything like that. But this right here is spectacular. And I really want you to support these works because you never know if your works is going to be next, right? You need to be sure to support your peers because your artwork could come up next. And since this is being recorded, we could have people visit mangoscam.eth, right? Because this is beautiful. I love the blue hair. I love that. I love when I see subjects that I really can't put a person to, but I can put a lot of people to, if that makes sense. And you captured that really well by not going too detailed in the facial features. Thank you. I'm hearing these bells go off for whoever's showcasing me and showing me love. You know, I saw this piece earlier. I shared it, but this time I want to talk about it. First of all, the username is a great username to add. Super supportive. Always supports me daily in everything that I'm doing. So I'm always going to support you back. But it's going to be harder to not support you when you bring art to me like this, because this is beautiful. The eagle on top, the originality of the piece, the face looking at me with the emotions. I can't really see because you covered the eyebrows. It comes down with the bangs. It's just a beautiful subject. I love how you went back with the wing around to the other side, but then you kind of blurted out. I keep hearing this bell, man. I really appreciate you. I don't know what that means. Likes or some shit. Keep doing it. It feels good. But I really appreciate you stopping by. Always going to share your works when you're coming with originality like this. And thank you for letting me see that and supporting that, by the way. Hey, look, first time doing this. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I'm using my tools now, and I'm trying to get exquisite with my scenes and see if I can't flip back and forth. I'm going to come back to the chat real quick. Stunning piece, hot. Thank you so much for your support and your words. Scott Bateman in the house. You know, Scott Bateman's following me everywhere these days. You ought to check him out someday. LaPro hitting the bell. LaPro's buying everything I'm putting out. Laura's fire. Really is, man. Laura's really fire. Fire username and a fire artist to add to your network, plus has fire arts. I think I'm doing this correctly, though. Hopefully I am. The noise is someone subscribing. Thank you, Mind of a Creative, for breaking that down for my boomer assassin ass. Well, we'll continue. We'll see if we can share a little bit more artworks and keep this going. And here it is right here. Scott Bateman takes my breath away. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Man, I keep getting my throat is really just this picked the worst time to come at me right now. But check out this piece by Scott. Scott's always bringing this real original. I mean, the mind keeps growing with somebody like Scott. he just continues to deliver these works that are just out of this world. Um, there's really not no reason to add this person to your collection or even to your network. I mean, I see comics and projects and so many opportunities with print, merchandise. I really don't know where the stopping point is with somebody like you. I don't know where your range stops. Every time I see your art, it just continues to grow on me. There's a couple other people that strike me like that too. I don't know their names right off the bat, but I'll probably see them here shortly. And there's a group of you that I kind of put together. There's Scott. There's two other ones that I want to put together, but you always come with these original works that just freaking blow my mind. And I'm telling you, I'm going to come across this other person here pretty soon. I know I am because the art always pulls me. I want to pull this other artist up real quick. Reese. Really killing it in the game, in the community as of late. I'm watching you build. I'm watching you grow. I'm watching you get your auctions bidded off. When you're able to, and I see you have a key, which most respectful. I know you're a Sly Guys holder, by the way, as well. You rocked that for a long time. That's totally different from what I'm saying here. Your activity is already starting to show itself, and the way you're maneuvering, there it is, Sly Guys 560. You're championing people. Art Chavette on the banner. My goal is to leave the world better than I found it, using art to fix myself. In the meantime, 11,000 followers, right? You're on your way. When you're dropping works like you are here and you're getting the noise and the buzz you need, then it starts to get fun when you start to tweak the price and you start to tweak who you are so that your persona can get the value that it needs from the whole entire community. And the collectors show up to make that happen. But first, it starts with the artist. It starts with the courage that you bring to the table around the pieces that you present. You're doing a great job at that. And if you keep going, you're probably going to be somebody that's worth a lot of dough. So keep pushing. I appreciate you sharing it in my thread, and I appreciate you supporting me. And I'm always going to support people who support me, but it's easier when you have art like this. So yeah, no doubt. Always going to share that. Arlick and Julia. Let me tell you something. I always see this username. Great art, original as heck all the time, right? I love this oil pastel style. You bring the tiger to the top with the blue, the glare on the eye, right? The stars up top, how you fade it in through its own scene. Then you come down here, there's a person with its own cape, has antlers, own little character. I mean, I think that's so beautiful how you do that stuff. I think that's what showcases real, like the real artistic side of people. It's kind of like letting your imagination kind of blow out. That's exactly what this piece does for me. It makes me feel like I can come outside and see this in the clouds or see this in the sky one day. I could see this in children's books, right? I could see this as a postcard, as a greeting card. I could see this as print, right? When you provide pieces where you can see them maybe in different scenarios, or you can see them happening in different places, like, man, I could see that in a book. I think that's the first signal of wanting to collect somebody. Then you highlight the username 4200, followed by 86 others that follow me, Cato OG, Avril 15. These are people that you respect in the community. You know you're dealing with somebody well. Always going to share art like that. Thanks for stopping by. And hey, thanks to everybody joining me here on YouTube Live. I want to come back here in a little bit, but first, how can I pass this up? What the heck is this? What the heck is this, double? What is this? Oh yeah, we're going to need some likes on this one. We're going to need some support on this. Check this out. This is crazy. I don't know if this is AI, original, what you really do to make this happen. I'm going to highlight your username. Digital art, always dark skull lover. Man, this is crazy, right? It's got that master sensei. Looks like he's been through a couple of wars himself. It's got that bandana, Japanese warrior style, maybe Asian warrior style. Oh, man, that's incredible. Got the blood on the lips. Got that texture in the back right there. Yeah, this is this type of stuff that you want to signal out to the world so they know that we're doing some quality stuff here in the community, right? One thing about our community is a lot of people think that we're just, I don't know. think we're just here for crypto, or they think there's no artistic side involved, or nobody can really make great art or captivate your attention or capture an audience. Or you look at this art, I put some of this art against the best art I've seen. I mean, you can go to museums and you can go find me whoever you want to find. I can go find a couple artists in this community. I can definitely put you on your ass with some of this art they provide. I heard that bell and I appreciate that. I already forgot what it was, but Mind of a Creative will remind me here in a little bit. Akbar coming through with this one. Check this out. I love that Tutankhamun Egyptian style mummy, Anubis style approach with the skull in the middle, the originality of that, non-asset driven, the texture in the back, the colors you're using right there with the blue, the red, the blue, the red right here on this left side. Man, incredible. Thanks for stopping by. I've never really seen this username. 521 followers. I love that stuff, man. Always going to be sharing great art like that. The way that you kind of think past regular stuff. That's incredible. And I was passing this username up, Pablo Micart. He has some pieces, but it's this piece that I'm actually interested in. And that's the one that I was hoping to find right now. And I was actually looking for, because I was trying to collect it on Tez. I couldn't actually find it. So I would love if anybody knows, maybe you could put a link down there. I wanted to put an offer in for that one because what I like about his style, again, I love that original style. He's a Sly Guys holder of mine. He also runs the Just Remember comic style over there. There's a lot of benefits for me sharing Pablo. There's a lot of benefits for me finding art that I can like about people that I'm already working with. I like this piece. Thank you so much for that. Doesn't really mean that I have to come here and like this piece. Although that one almost pulled me, what really captures me is the way this one's colored and it's covered up and it keeps that modest style approach. It got its own originality to it. It's the same style character that he's drawn and known to be drawn for. And so for me, I want to collect something of his, and this is the type of piece that I'm looking to collect. So if you're out there, if you're listening to it, or if you watch this later, Pablo, I'd really like to see where that's at on Tezos, or if somebody can drop a link down there so I could go capture that, I'd really appreciate it. And that's why I love to come through my thread and actually find these people I work with, right? I work with these people every day. This community is simply like, hold on, let me play with my scenes here. I got to get good at this. This community is almost like a big skyscraper of different levels and people and coworkers, and they start to become your friends and they really grow on you. And what happens is when I open up these threads or I open up these offers or these opportunities and I see people come through and they drop their art or they deal with me or they represent for me, it really makes me feel good. And so when I see their art come through, it definitely makes me want to support or share or buy. It just definitely makes me want to take it to another level. Because remember, I'm entering this skyscraper every day we call the NFT community or the metaverse, whatever you want to call it. And I'm basically conversing and growing and bonding with all of these different personas, all of these different personalities under the banner of these usernames and the love of NFT, which is a technology where we're putting tokens on top and then we're stapling our journeys on with it, and then we're getting it collected, and then we're fueling the momentum up. We're fueling the momentum up to be seen for our digital value and our worth. There's nothing that has digital value or worth until you really introduce it, and then you bring it with collectors and you make it more valuable. Does that make sense? When you bring collectors into it, it becomes a little bit more valuable. Okay, they want me to come a little bit closer. I will. I'll come a little bit closer to the microphone and maybe we can hear it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll turn up the mic intake and maybe we can get that a little bit better as well, right? And I need that feedback in order to make sure that these programs go nicer and the stream happens a little bit better. If you can share this with the world in the NFT community, I would really appreciate it, because artists need outlets like this that will expand their reach further than just dropping threads and asking you to contribute your hard work. Another thing that I want you to know is that when you're contributing your hard work to NFT Freaks, we're always going to be spinning you throughout the day. I use my threads so that I can power the channel and I'm asking you to drop it early on. Then I'm putting 18 to 20 hours behind it so that I can push it as far as I can at the top. And so what ends up happening is it, hey, look, I'm not going to be here backing up, going forward, doing all this shit, but you can join and you can enjoy or you can bounce. It's all up to you. I'll figure it out later on, but check it out. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to go back to the art thread and I'm going to post. But again, when you come to my art thread and you put your works on it, it's not like everybody else's thread on Twitter. We're not asking you to just drop your art and then coming around hovering and asking you to do this and jumping through hoops and hurdles and then dropping, we're looking for another artist to collect or anything. No. We're asking you to drop your art because for the 18 or 20 hours that I'm putting in online, I'm going to be using your art to bounce back off of by dropping keywords and dropping buzzwords around your content. I utilize that content, which happens to be your art, which happens to power our channel and your movement forward together. I have 42 viewers right now, 31 minutes in on this stream. It's only my second time going live. Mind of a Creative, I appreciate the feedback you have going for me. Scott Bateman, Milana, M Design Spec, Felipe, Mr. TW Reese. Thank you so much, everybody else listening in. Mr. TWL Bohio, audio visuals. I appreciate it. I'm going to bounce back to the actual web browsing so that we can get into sharing more and more artists and letting the world know exactly what it is we do here. And another person we want to share is none other than Ruby Keyholder, the Art of Man, always bringing you that other side. Everybody has this side, I believe, inside of them. They catch... These are my worst nightmares. Every time I open up the Art of Man's work, I think this is the stuff I don't want to see in the hallway coming after me, right? Or maybe this is the stuff I don't want to fall asleep and dream of later. And when you look at this, you look at the eyes to the right here, underneath the left one's dark red and the right one has this glare in it. And for some reason, it has a glare that almost looks like it can see behind me, but it's actually in the piece. Amazingly done with the butterflies, the colors you're choosing, the brain on the outside with the actual fly coming out of the top. I mean, this is just, it's incredible in terms of the artistic ability that you're bringing to the table. And this makes me believe that we're really dealing with some world-class artistry in the NFT community. So the Art of Man, always going to share, always going to build with you. You have an amazing track record on Tezos. You have an amazing track record in the community, and the dark arts is just so well done by you. So I'm always going to share that. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you showing us that. Here's another person I'm always going to share because, again, if you want to talk about doing art, if you want to talk about doing great work, if you think that the community has, all assets, or maybe you think you can do what everybody else does, check out this work by Foley. Username Foley1, right? And I know you're seeing it right here. Check this out. Look at how he did this entire piece, captured the emotion on the face, the red in the hair strands, coming down with the skin tones and then the shadows, using the light source that's coming off with the white, and then whatever's on the hands, maybe it's some clay, some sculpting, maybe you just got done working, then you put the touch of the earring. Oh man, it's just beautiful. I'm even looking around the eyes, how you have that light blemish of peach or whatever you used right there, that pink. Oh my goodness. I mean, Foley's, there's no reason why usernames like this, digital artist, portrait painter, illustrator, art lover, there's no reason why usernames like this can't become blue chip artists or whatever they're calling them these days. You can't force me to believe that somebody like a Foley can't provide works, because there's more than this, by the way. We can keep going. If I open this link in a new tab, which I hopefully believe you can still see, right? You're going to be able to see works that just continuously go in terms of consistency. This is the type of artist that I'm always going to signal back out to others. And I've probably shared this. I'm the type to come here, by the way, and I will unretweet this and I'll retweet it again just to signal back in the algorithm so you know exactly who you are dealing with. And when I scroll down, who's here? It's NFT freaks. And then it's the live art thread. And then so you ask yourself, why wouldn't I be so, you see how that's a double win for me? I didn't even know that was happening, but I just, I believe that when you're here and you're building correctly and you find people like this that you're already ecstatic about, and then they're sharing me, I'm doing what I need to be doing. I don't need to take promo dollars. I don't need to ask you to do me favors. I don't need to ask you to be my friend. I got friends. So I appreciate that, Foley, finding that and not knowing that. Here's somebody I want to highlight real quick as I continue, a great supporter of mine, but not only a great supporter of mine, because I pass up great supporters of mine too, because this is the type of thing that I have to freestyle for and I have to really figure out my words. You take a look at this, you can tell there's a lot of editing to still be done. This is not just a regular photograph. This isn't something that she bought and just put on her head or maybe just took and manipulated. This is her. And she decided to get super creative from scratch and then make this picture or this photo become super appealing to somebody else. It could maybe it could maybe make you feel pain. It could maybe make you feel some type of emotion. Maybe you get headaches. Maybe you have migraines. Maybe this piece would be called migraine. You never know. This could show so much different sides of a human being. And then if you go highlight who this person is, maybe you could understand a little bit more of her story, cosplay, creative photography, her outlining. Okay, then we go. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see how we do the homework on these people. We're looking at Alice has finally arrived from her Wild Adventure collab. 101 piece bid starts. Okay, 65.48. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, strong supporter of mine. I see. And when you're doing this, in my opinion, I'm trying to figure out who I'm dealing with. And so I'm going to keep going past me, of course, because she's listening or whatever. And then, okay, so there's somebody I roll with, Sly. And so my point is, and I know she's a great supporter of mine, but I'm saying when you're coming in here to do your homework on people and you're scrolling and you're reading people, this is exactly what people are going to want to be doing. And, you know, there could be a lot more signaling with a lot more other players, a lot more females, a lot more people that could maybe connect with you and get you broader or bigger. And, you know, the more and more you come in here and you start to analyze these profiles, you go back to somebody like a Foley, you look what's happening here. And what I want you to do in this community when you're running across these pages that I'm sharing, you know, there's some players that I'm playing with right there as well, right? L Rock Paul that I scrolled across, you know, then this one caught my eye real quick. Then I come in here nervous by whoever that is. I'll take a liking to what somebody else is doing, but I'm not afraid to compare to figure out what I can do greater or make myself better. And so I'll keep those two tabs open of two people I like. Then I'll come down here for somebody who I like, Ritalin Child, and I'll take a look at both of those works, which I love the way he splits those, but I love this one way better. Oh, and then he's got another one. And then this one captures me too. So I'm going to end up picking one of these so that I can highlight him. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's super mysterious to me. Okay? And when it's super mysterious to me, and then you have that light shades of purple, you have the 4, I feel like it could fit a lot more collections than a lot of the other works inside of Threads. It's not evil, it's not dark, it's not light. You can almost fit this to a lot more feelings than you really think. You do a great job at it. Plus, I work with you on the back end. This is the type of stuff that I'm wanting to learn more about. I open up Ritalin Child. 8,600 followers. He's got the DJ on the header. He's got his own PFP, which he's outlined Ritalin Child. It's a pill called Ritalin. Okay, I got you. I'm learning you. I'm coming down. You got this pinned tweet. Hi, fam, some new people. I'm scrolling through here fast. You got Pick Wish. I'm seeing you got Mentalist right there. I'm dealing with Mentalist. I'm going down. I'm seeing, okay. So what I'm saying is I'm coming here and I'm kind of, you can do this stuff. You can come create profiles and you can flip through people and you can start to see, which I have to come back here because I knew this was Bizarro and I'm a collector of Bizarro. So I'm always going to have to push what I collect. So come here, I picked that off of Mind of Creative and I'm back in the circle of still coming to support people on my art and I'm back at it. I'm running back at it. I'm doing community stuff with my threads, but I'm using it to go much further than just pumping art or asking you to drop your artworks or asking you to, hover around and think you're going to get a bid. And you stop by somebody like this, which comes off because you saw that I shared Ritalin Child, who was coming off. So you already know what kind of style I was on. And then it comes right here. That same type of purple with the map. You got this sculpture style, artistic with the I love that surrealism, the water in there. It's beautifully done. I feel like I could see that in a museum. I could see that physically being made. And yeah, I'm always going to share that. Come down right here and you give me another piece. I wish I would have saw this one first. I'm not going to share back to back, but I am going to share Intact Arts. Beautiful. I love manipulation. I love people who know how to manipulate works correctly. Got the astronaut floating in the water, flipped it upside down with the moon and the planets also drifting like buoys. It makes me feel calm, makes me feel peaceful. I'm always going to share people like you. I've seen you be a supporter of mine. When I close it down and I get to a minimal style of it on my big screen, 32-inch, it just looks beautiful on my screen. So I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you giving me that eye candy. I'm always going to share works like that. I'm going to keep going here and keep finding works that, I'm going to share this. And I'm going to explain why. This username, strong supporter of mine. People in the community love this username. Every time I see the username in the mix of conversation, high praise. So I want to know more. I don't care that the art is not 3D rendered high quality. I don't care that it's not. What I care about is that I've heard and seen the movement of the person, strong supporter. Now I'm drawn to the art. Now I'm wanting to pay attention more of what the style consists of. Now I'm wanting to know more about Sarira, and I'm wanting to know more about what it is this username does, because that's how I feel like when you're around and you're spending your time to build with people and you're conversing, you're showing your likes and your dislikes. People are supporting you in your community. You're growing in your strength. That's a signal for me. That makes me feel like I'm going to get something that's super valuable. Now I'm paying attention to what you're distributing. Then I'm highlighting you and I'm figuring out a little bit more about you, right? So I haven't visited this profile in a while. I'm going to check 2923, right? This was posted 8 minutes ago, so it's fresh. I'm definitely going to add to it, right? I'm going to favor it for now because I'm live and I'm actually just streaming. I see a lot of people supporting. The username is knowing how to signal it back. Kato OG is somebody I respect. You got the Vincent Van Doe, somebody I respect. You got Poseidon, somebody I respect. These are people, you're signaling that you're understanding who the right players are. I'm liking who I'm dealing with. That's the reason I'm sharing this art. That's the reason I'm adding this person to my network. And that's the reason why I'm going to keep going here. You understand what I'm saying? You understand why we play community, why we walk in the skyscraper of the metaverse or this community or this league, and we actually start to build with people that matter, because you end up discovering people of value. And then you end up stopping on works like this one right here by Salmon, right? Beautiful. The plane, the balloon, the birds that always bring peace to me, the cloud that captures with the swing, this mysterious lady that looks back, you capture the emotion, the moon on the top, the sky, how you keep the clouds going, the texture on it. The manipulation is just beautifully done. I love it. Appreciate you stopping by and showing us that. I love the eye candy. I'm going to keep going here. Okay. Delta sauce. You did it. You've done it. What is this? Some Mozart original, non-acid driven from the looks of it. Let me see who you are. AI wordsmith, digital artist, firm believer in artist, support artist. Okay, so I'd have to know what kind of tools you're using here. This is done by AI. Got to learn more about the little bit of the AI. I know a lot of people know how to use it. I know a lot of people don't. I don't know what exactly goes into making it. But for right now, I'm supporting true artistry. I want to deal with true artistry. I thought this was original painting, but it is still wellly done. If you know how to use these tools and you know what you're doing with AI and you get exquisite with it and you add layers and you make it become yours, I totally agree with it and I totally will support it. And I don't mind supporting this one. But I appreciate you stopping by and giving us a taste of that. Here's something that I need to, I've seen this before. This is amazing. Um, the Cookie Monster coming through with somebody, the Cookie Monster coming through with the knife, and the originality of this character screaming, capturing the emotion. It's just a beautifully done piece. The purple robe, the username, I'm so familiar with the username, strong supporter of mine as well. 1,800 followers, combining art and development, newbie collector. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to go learn more about the username. I love the header, how you did that with the tic-tac-toe. I'm coming down. I see a great cheetah in the version inspired by the Virgin Rock of Da Vinci. This is the type of stuff that I'm wanting to look for in the community. This is the type of stuff I'm wanting to support. I'm liking this piece as well because I've seen it before. What I'm going to do, this is how I feature these artists here, is I'm going to come by here and I'm going to end up, you got to plug the people that deserve to be plugged. And sometimes when those pieces capture your attention like that, you got to show some love back, and it happens really quickly like that. And then you come back and it all starts with this username who brought me there, who made it show love for that. And that's the type of stuff that I want to showcase. I don't find users how you think I find users. I find users off of my other users. And I find users who signal me correctly with their art and their timeline. And that's the type of stuff that makes me want to come back and collect these people. That's the type of stuff that makes me want to come back and build with people, if that makes sense, right? So let's go back to the thread. Let's continue. And let's bring it front and center real quick. Hey, look, I appreciate you joining me here. I'm coming back to the chat room. It's only my second time going live. Hopefully you are getting something out of this. Saria's stories are amazing. Please read her descriptions too. Thank you for that. I would have never known that. I would have never known that if you wouldn't have told me that. 50 viewers live in the house, all the way from twitter.com. Scott Bateman in the house. Mr. TW. John O in the house. Alexandra Chavette Bomb. Yes. Super Bomb. Ritalin Child in the house, I believe. Badass piece. Yes. Mind of a Creative. We got some people in the house. I really appreciate you stopping by. Pablo stopping by. Dave in the house. Daniel in the house. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually be right back. And I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music as I market and I let people know that we're live, and we're live on an amazing art thread. And I firmly believe this is the type of stuff that's going to help us break barriers. The more times we signal that this stuff is happening in our community, the more people are going to come by and the more they're going to want to play with us. I appreciate you tuning in with me. I hope you stick around. It's a 5 to 10 minute break while I market this channel, and I come right back to show you more one-of-one art from the NFT community. And I'm NFT Freaks at twitter.com/NFT Freaks. Thank you so much. Took a break, marketed a little bit. Hopefully, you're enjoying yourself. I'm hovering over the chat as we speak, talking a little bit in the DM, actually answering some text messages. We've been going for a while now, 54 minutes and counting. I wonder how long I can really go, but I do this all day long. I think we're going to keep getting better and better. And if we can endorse these streams or if we can share these, we can give a voice to artists to be seen and heard much further than just dropping their arts in threads and then asking them to market or sell everything by themselves. You can attach yourself to somebody like Freaks. You can have me handle your spam. You can have me handle your messaging. You can have me handle what you really are not familiar with handling in terms of marketing, social media, content spinning, headline building, buzz building. All you have to do is concentrate on the distribution and the organization of what it is you've come to mint. When you mint, you are minting your milestone marker of whatever journey you're presenting back to collectors. What you're saying is that whatever you love to do, you plan to take so much further. And if collectors can fuel that with cryptocurrency, then you're willing to take it further than you have taken it today. For instance, if you're a musician and you're recording in your house, maybe you could finally be recording in a music studio, and finally you could be getting into the content that could sell the world into becoming the musician you always dreamed of. Maybe if you were a photographer that were taking pictures in the backyard and people told you that you had a very big following, if people told you that you had a very big journey ahead of you, a very big life, a career ahead of you of being a photographer, you never knew how. You'd come to the community, you'd use those pictures, those photos from your backyard or your local community, you'd fuel it with collectors, and they could possibly fuel you to a career to become a photographer, a freelance photographer. There are freelance photographers who take amazing pictures, but they don't have the funds or the means to travel and take the journeys to take the pictures in the Amazon rainforest. Imagine coming and dropping a collection for people to put in value, that they're willing to take the journey to the Amazon rainforest and create collections of value for the most dangerous animals they could find. Imagine if you were the early collectors in one-of-one artworks prior to the opportunity being seen. Those are the slots that they're selling you through their beginning mints on the blockchain. An immutable, an uninterceptable, nobody can disrupt it, nobody can alter it. It's forever encapsulated on the blockchain, and it's verified and validated through the community called the NFT community, and it's stamped with the wallet that the distributor and creator is saying, hey, look, if you've heard about me, if you've seen me, if you enjoy what I'm doing, then this token right here is what we're exchanging so that we can understand you have my true value. This is the value we're saying is now worth X. And that's what you're seeing with floors riding up. Enjoying the show of our best buddy NFT Freaks. Thank you so much. Same, Alexander. All my pieces has stories behind it. Something important. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about stories behind the art. A lot of people always tell me, I don't know if I have a story behind my art. Let me take you through something. I appreciate everybody clicking subscribe for me, by the way. I appreciate everybody liking, supporting my channel here on YouTube, Twitch, and on twitter.com. I don't get paid for any of this. I just sink my time and I actually take time into discovering some of the best artists I can into hopes have them enter my collection and have valuable art to my name. Listen, cool art is cool art, but valuable art is valuable personality. Let me repeat this one more time for everybody listening. I don't care what anybody says. Cool art is cool art, but valuable art is a personality attached to the back of it. I have a bond with a brother, sister, mother, father, son. I have a bond with that person. That means I have a bond with the Diamond Mountain creator that creates the crust diamond. You can't have that bond with gems like rubies. You can't have that bond with metals, precious metals. But I can have that bond with a creator, an artist, a distributor who can speak and bond with me and then distribute diamonds, diamond mints, immutable on the blockchain. And when another person discovers that personality, you're going to know that the value of them is worth every penny. It doesn't matter if they're using assets. It doesn't matter if you could do their art. It doesn't matter if you saw that tutorial. It doesn't matter about any of those things. What matters is the authenticity of the persona behind it, the person, the personality. You can talk as great as you want. You can create as many pages as you want, but you'll never be a NFT freaks. You'll never be a Vangeli Galactus. That's me. That's what you get. Hey, I appreciate you joining me here in the chat. 37 people. I'm going to head back to the art thread. You can join the action on twitter.com/NFT freaks. You find the art thread, which is going to be connected to each one of these pieces that I share, just like this one here from Z. This is fantastic. This original style, capturing this emotion. I don't know if they're getting pulled up or if something's happening to them. They have this cool shirt on with this little attachment in the middle. They're looking up. They're maybe in a hole of some sort, or maybe in some sort of a stuck place or a confined place, right? I appreciate you coming by and sharing that. I love original works. I see the necklace at the same time, and then I see how you've taken around the fingers right there. I see those that blurred style to make it look like the motion, or to make it like something supernatural is going on. Appreciate that bell sound I just heard, by the way. Check this out. Make sure Dark Bull's new collection. I think this is a photographer. This is amazing. I love looking at these photographs that put me in a place of where I could taste what's happening in the wild. Like I can know there's fog. I can know something, the rain, there's mud. I've been here before. I've been to a place like this before. When I do that, or when I can think that through, then I can attach myself to the artwork. This is something that I could actually see happening to me. I could actually be walking through this, maybe, stuck off with no gas, or having to walk a long way home, or taking a long journey to another place, and then stumbling across a photograph like this. And I truly believe that photography is true one of one. You can't really replicate photographs because it's a once in a lifetime thing. Check out this piece right here by Amy Doodles. Oh, I'm hearing bells going off left and right. I feel like I'm in church. Thank you so much for the bells. And thank you for your support, by the way. I'm just trying to give it my best. This piece, though, with the way you're using the tones, the octopus wrapping around, the way you're using the black and white with the white background so that you're bringing out the pop with the blurred on the bottom. And again, you're using the sculpture, which is a very sexy sculpture, the black nail polish. This is a beautiful piece, Amy Doodles. Thank you for stopping by and showing me things like that. Those are the type of things that's going to open up my mind to understand more and more about what it is exactly we're doing here. Intact, you got me again right here. I'm going to like it. I can't retweet it because I already spoke about you. So I got to give everybody a little bit of play here. I catch a lot of shit in these DMs after I clear them out for people that I don't support. So I need to make sure I just give a lot of time. And here's one that's going to take my time. This Curating, everything is geometry. Okay, I'm understanding. I love the original workflow. I love the colors of the original paper style, the black ink or pencil style, the colored pencil charcoal. I don't really know what kind of style this is. I'd love to learn more. I love the strains on the hair with the bun around. This is a fantastic piece that I'm going to share. I'm going to try to show, and I'm going to try to diversify the thread to make sure that people understand it doesn't matter based off of one art style. Everybody gets some play just based off of artistic ability, whatever gravitates. If this tweet goes up 56 likes, I'm not in control of it, but you should help signal that for somebody like Curating. You should help if this piece pulls you, then you should signal that. You know what I'm saying? You should play correctly with these people. That's all I'm saying. Just like this one right here, which I'm going to represent for. Because I'm scrolling and I'm seeing and I'm watching, and then something pulls me that's not the same as the others, and I'm gonna shine my light. because I'm going to see who shines back. I'm going to see who plays back. Who else thinks Bobak is great? Who else thinks NFT artist 2D, 3D, El Señor de los NFTs collector piece everywhere? Who else thinks this is great? We're going to find out. I love it. I love the originality. I love people who break barriers. I love people who take risks. I love people who don't want to be like other people. And I like to push that shit out to see who else likes it. Because if a lot of people like it, I want to take a liking to it and confuse people into why we collect it. We collect it because it's different. We collect it because you had the guts to pull the trigger and drop it in a thread like mine. Bobak, thanks for stopping by. Let's see who else we got here. Why? Because beautifully done. I don't even know what it is you do, but I love the comic style approach. I believe that NFT is the future of media. They're going to be trying to use us for digital publications because we're going to be the place that make digital publications worth it. And what articles are they going to ride to take up the ad space? These pieces right here. When you get into publication, this is why I love this space. Because I really give zero fucks about this. But I give so many fucks about it when I understand what it could do. How you signed it at the bottom right. My mind goes crazy into the collections. That's why I'm going to have to highlight you and I'm going to have to find a little bit more about you. And this is exactly what you do with NFT. The header is beautifully done. The reason why is because I'm in a program called Sly Guys, and we look for stuff like this, right? And we look to work and play with people like this because you have the ability to take normal ideas so much further. And so I shared another one, and now I'm sharing this in hopes that you find me and that I find you. And it all starts with a piece like this because I love how you do it. And that's why if you go to Just Remember Comics, the ones we're building with Pablo, you can see the same style. We're doing things that utilize the space based off of how far your mind can go, and it strikes up with one funny comedic idea like this. I appreciate you stopping by, and this is why I love running my page. This is why I love doing this shit with no strings. I'm too smart to fuck around. Truthfully, I mean, look at this by Nina. Why, let me ask you a question real quick. It's my show, right? Thank you for tuning in, by the way. How long are we going? 1 hour, 6 minutes. The chat room's jumping. We have 42 people. I really appreciate you, but let's talk about Nina real quick. Why do I need to make deals with you when I can make public deals with this? Why would I need to make deals with you on the back end when I can make public deals with this? That means that I can support this publicly and never have to deal with you privately. This is just one work from a username that I'm seeing supporting people in my community, so I know they're active. Then I'm seeing the piece come by. I see that it took time to create. I see that it has so much more. What I'm saying is, okay, forget the piece. Let's open up the link. Let's do this all over again. Let's close all the tabs to the right. Let's open up the new link in a tab here. That's why I love using the desktop. By the way, if you're in the NFT community, you're not using a desktop, you're totally missing out. Don't do this shit on your phone. Please don't do this on your phone. Don't do this with these artists on your phone, okay? And learn how to zoom in so your Twitter is looking right, okay? You don't want to just be, you don't want to be off into, regular. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it in right before that screen gets minimized. I'm going to stay there, okay? Now, let's take a look at Nina. This person knows exactly what's going on. 60,000 tweets. I'm looking, sharing great art, sharing my stream, by the way. Thank you so much. I want to retweet that so I can get more people joining us real quick. And I'm looking, and I'm just like, okay, there's another piece that I love, okay. I'm respecting the person. 5,300 followers, followed by Kato OG. Always a great signal for me. I love Kato OG. I love what he does. I love Grafty. These people that I get signaled by Twitter that I take my time to follow, when they follow the same people that I'm already hunting and searching for. My point is, this is why one artists are so powerful, is because the bond, then the artworks itself, and then you have to understand at any given point in time, they have the power to gift you a piece. They have the power of value is in Nina's hands once you signal that Nina is a strong competitor. You understand? I don't need you to tell me. I'm telling you it is. Okay? Because I'm helping do that. Then I come right down here. I highlight Julia, follower of mine, makes me feel good, makes me love this piece a little bit more already. Then I come, I share the piece. I love the originality with the tuxedo, the raven or the bird. I love that. It's so, non-invasive, non in your face, but still original. I want to learn more. It's mysterious. It makes me curious. Now you're followed by Cake One. I love the signaling. And the reason why I love the signaling, why? Let me tell you. Right click on my profile, open in link, move this over, come right here. Follow 586 people that I purposely spend a lot of fucking time curating. Those people help me signal who I need to fuck with. Excuse my language. This is real deal for me. I just told I'm spending an hour or something supporting artists, by the way. Please, I really need you to support I can't continue without you supporting me, by the way. So everybody here supporting me, thank you. So I can't continue without it. I don't get paid. I don't leverage. I don't take back. And I keep this completely free as a resource center for people like follows me, Grafty, Maslov, two others, newer, great art. So I can find people like this. And I can discuss why I love the symmetrical value. I love this. I can tell that the artist takes time in the artwork. I can tell this wasn't 10 seconds. If this is consistently done, then Martin's going to have a great journey here. You can learn more about Martin by just simply opening up another tab and then reading more. The header, consistent. Looking at this artwork, consistent. This is how you find people that could potentially be worth a lot of dough later when people find out. Based off of the artwork alone. Thank you for whoever just did that for me. That bell went off. Getting frozen here at the same time. Hopefully you can still hear me, but I'm frozen right here on this profile for some reason. Okay, now we're in the view. What I wanted to do was, okay, let's come back to the front head and let's come back to the chat room for a little bit as the machine starts to catch up. We're live at 1 hour and 12 minutes. We're going to go for 1 hour and 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours. I appreciate you joining me. Second episode on the live. Fivas Nekataros has subscribed. So it's a subscription that I'm hearing. Thank you so very much, because the more hours that I put in here, I'll be able to unlock monetization. You know what happens after we monetize this network, right? I'm taking back to the community and I'm triggering some collections. I'm triggering some artworks. That would be dough I've never seen. Why would I give this away to Twitter Spaces when I can come here and we can monetize it for the world to see? Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for streaming with me. I'm going to get better at doing this. I'm going to get better at endorsing and sponsoring your works. The channel is going to grow. More people are going to learn about this. We're going to have some fun giveaways. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to make this stuff super exciting. Freaks taking over YouTube. Freaks taking over everything. I don't work and fill and disrespect my body with this bullshit for nothing, Steve. I appreciate you, by the way. You are looking fresher. This vacation was worth it. It really was. It really was. Let me tell you why. It resets my support network. Does that make sense? Resetting your support network, the people that put up with your shit while you go here 20 hours, 18 hours a day, that matters. The support network matters for you to continue on your mission. And a lot of this stuff takes a strong support network for it to continue. A lot of people run out of oil and it no longer becomes a well-oiled machine because you become stressed out at the deliverables or the behind the scenes. Thanks, Marco, for joining. This format is great to be able to interact with another artist in the chat. Thank you so much, Lauren. John O., thank you to the 53 viewers, everybody in the art thread. We're going to continue here live on twitter.com/NFT freaks. My computer is wanting to see Martin's artwork because we were checking the consistency in artworks, and I was talking about how you could discover a potential great new player by simply just finding the first artworks through a thread like the one at NFT Freaks, which drops us into something like this right here. Create music art. I love music art. I love people who are exploring music art. I love the subtle animation here. I love the sky. I love how you're introducing it to me. It makes me more curious about what it is you have to offer. I feel like a lot of times when you're doing drops or when you're doing this NFT stuff, you want to be teasing and you want to be giving away slight glimpses of what it is you could be providing in the future. What could be a great Grand Slam future piece of yours? You'll never know until you collect the first bits to unlock the true madness that this username could be possibly hiding from us. 700 followers. This is the type of artist, again, I'm going to open up a new tab and I'm going to want to learn more. Header captures my attention. You want to take time into the organization of who you are. You got this pinned, reserved for 10, still available, 29 views. This is the type of shit that I'm going to come out and I might take a risk on. Why? Because you got it priced correctly. Let me take a look correctly. Hold on. Give me a second. Now I'm in my collector mode. It's happening live. Okay, signal, sauce book right there. That's going to be a signal for me, Mark. I respect Mark. Problem is, for me, this is just my opinion. I have to see, because my money's not as long as everybody else's. I can't really. Now, if this was the only one, this is a cool one, by the way. I'm just now seeing that. Drop your NFT for sale. Wow. Watching you, bro. Again, I'm the type that I don't like to cover the pieces on a bingo table like this, but I might come back and revisit this. But I'm just showing you that if this would have been that only, I would have triggered this bid right now. I promise you. I promise you that. That's just how I roll, how I work. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, how did I get there? Price, followers, creating music, doing that glimpse. I feel like I could help push that agenda through. That's valuable for me. That's valuable for me as a collector to join that. Does that make sense? It's good enough for me to throw my name in the hat. And then the other people should be throwing their name in their hat because it's like, okay, well, I can't guide him, but if V's willing to guide him, I should be willing to jump in because then we can create a program with this person that could possibly take over the community. You need to understand that when you collect people in this space, it's not always about you, but it's more about making it about as many people as you can. So you have this tree of the NFT love growing with all these branches of opportunity. And one opportunity for me is just living through somebody like Smear. Why do I have to create every single opportunity for myself when I can come down here and I can fall in love with somebody like this? They understand and they know what they're doing and they're signaling with the right arts, right? digital artist working in Procreate, right? This is amazing. Followed by Kato, followed by Grafty, 16 others. This caught my attention. I don't know if this is for the Benjamin Bitcoin competition, but if it is fantastically done. I love the superhero, mysterious mistress, sexy look. I love the ring. I love how you've done every single thing about this. I would love to see more. I love the eyes behind there, the shine on the earring, the lips, and the gloss. I love the candy cane sucker down to where the stick is with the gold glimish on that. If that is your signature underneath the hand right there with the L, that is, that needs more than 4 likes and 3 retweets. I don't even think I can continue if we can't take this a little higher than 4 likes and 3 retweets. There's just no way. I'm watching the art here, and we need to be asking ourselves, if we can't signal pieces like this higher than 3 retweets and 4 likes, we have a problem with our entire community, right? There we go. I really appreciate it. For anybody in here, I'll go back to the chat as we wait and we observe this. I'm observing it as I read the chat. We need to, good morning, V. Good morning to you, CPA. I love your support for me. I love everybody supporting here. 54 viewers, an hour and 20 minutes. We're live. We're live here on YouTube Live. We're waiting for Alina to get a little bit more love because there's 54 viewers. I'm hoping that you would flip back on your phones and just go click like or just go support that for me so we can signal to people that this thread is where people want to come. The idea is we need to have a authentic place. Thank you, Nino, for subscribing to me. Woo! Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It feels so good to hear because I'm brand new to this stuff. So this working the scenes and all of this. I got another scene here. Let me bring out my other scene. Hey, watch out. Watch out, right? So we got another scene here that we're going to get familiar with. Pretty soon we're going to be able to run all the bots. I got the Cake One hearts showing up on the chat stream. I have to work up on that chat stream a little better. But you know, I'm getting familiar with these tools, making sure that I can endorse my peers a little further than just telling you to drop your thread or telling you to drop your art. I really need you to show up for Alina right here real quick so we can continue because, oh, okay, it took a while to refresh. We have 19 likes, 15 retweets. Let me keep going, please. Even though my jaw is hurting a little bit. I mean, we've been going for a while, but this will never stop. We'll continue changing the game, but we're going to come in here. We're going to support some artists really fast and really quickly. 3DK, I love your support for me. I love this style. I love this Cyber City, cyberpunk style. I hope that I live long enough to see this in virtual reality or even be able to just experience all the lights. You know, I've been to places like Vegas where they utilize neon, but I've never been able to enter these cityscapes that people are able to create. And I hope one day I'm able to submerge myself in them. And this is the type of style that I'm talking about. I really like your art. I really like the way you support me. I appreciate you stopping by. Here's another person I'm always going to represent. The originality is just, oh my God, it's a top 10. This is, I'm going to say it. Collins Doodle's a blue chip artist. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of constricting the value, constricting collectorship value, finding out who's this, who's that, finding out which mints are going further, which ones aren't, cutting down on the volume of distribution. People know about you now. People have seen you now for a while. I appreciate that. Whoever subscribed to me, thank you so much. But it's time almost, Collins Doodle, as a collector of yours and a future wannabe collector of yours, and also a mentor of some sorts. It's time. It's time for people to respect you for what you're worth. I need more than 3 likes and 3 retweets on Collins Doodles for me to continue this free show, please, and have you get a chance to be supported as well. There's no reason to be in the NFT community or even do this stuff if we're not going to champion and signal people who work here correctly, who build 6,900 followers. Thank you for subscribing. who build 6,900 followers, who support the community constantly, who bring original artworks, who set the standards and the tones for people and collectors. Listen, the more and more you signal the best fireworks you can find, which here right now is the best firework I can find, I'm going to be inviting people to a show, and when the firework has been done and been collected, the other fireworks are ready to be sparked. And guess who that is? It's you for showing up. It's you for sharing. It's you for helping us signal what it is we do here. And you do it right here with me at twitter.com/NFT freaks. I do it 10 to 12, 18, 20, and sometimes even 24 hours a day. Whoever just subscribed to me, you're really making my day with these subscriptions. Daniel G. Photo, thank you so much. I'm going to continue doing these streams. Let me get to the web browsing so we can be here correctly. I'm going to continue doing these streams. I'm going to continue championing and finding ways, even though it's going to be very tiring for you to log into different places or do things. You need to understand that whatever's going to stick, we're going to go and take it to the motherfucking moon. Excuse my language. Do I get banned for that? There he is, by the way. His name is Rick Wade. Let me switch here. I was speaking about Scott Bateman, right? And I said there's a group of people like Scott Bateman, and there's another person like Scott Bateman that gives me the same type of vibes. And there he is. It's Rick Wade. And Rick Wade and Scott Bateman and these Collins Doodle and all these people who do these original... An hour and 25 minutes streaming here. Thank you so much for joining me. First of all, it's my second live stream. I'm just making sure that I can handle this. I'm making sure that the audio is clear. It's pretty much a test run so we can get more used to this and make sure it can become scheduled so people can count on it. But I want to talk to people like Rick Wade, Scott Bateman, Collins Doodle. You got to make these people pay for that stuff, man. They're not going to understand what you've came to do. I'm telling you, I'm watching you. I'm seeing you. I know the arts. I've watched the community. And it's us who have to show up to help champion. We have to help signal that. You show up to these artists that are great and you strike the match for them and they see who's in charge of pouring the gasoline. And then you come back and get sparked yourself. That's what community is all about. I guess I'm going to bring this one in for a close right here. Thank you so much for joining. Anthony, Quentin, Q Films. Thank you so much. And I'm going to meet you at the chat anyways after this. I'm going to take this live stream further than you really think. I'm going to figure out how to get on all the channels. We're going to make people know when this schedule is going to happen. We're going to take some bids live. We're going to be able to champion artists all day long. And again, it starts with you signaling that. It starts with you helping to support that. The people in here, 50 viewers, I really appreciate you daily on NFT Freaks, meeting me on Twitter. This one here is going to be saved and replayed. It's the only second stream live here with me and all of my beautiful peers from the hashtag NFT community on twitter.com. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to know how to get involved. You want to know how to be supported. You want to know how to join us. You go to twitter.com. You type in the hashtag NFT community. You start at NFT Freaks. The NFT Freaks is not I have to be here or else. It's a portal you jump through. It's where you start and come back and check on. It's a resource center like a YMCA. It's a gym. It's where we exercise neutral parties, neutral artworks. We just exercise creative souls. Whatever it is you came to do. Nobody knows race, age, gender, name, country, location. Nobody knows that. Nobody cares to know that at first. They only know your username, and they only know your artworks, and they only know what you dox to us. I know Gorilla Enterprises. I know Designer Kartik. I know Art Indigo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up to everything I fucking do. Thank you, Pablo Dodsicle. I don't care what you do in the real world. I care what you do here with me. John O., I love you too. I love everybody who supports me. Listen, you need to build with people who understand what we're doing is signaling true social value stapled to digital value and worth. And we do it by creating a journey socially and having people embrace us through the art community, the NFT community, and the tokens that we distribute are based off of art and hustle and activity. Thank you so much, Brett, Milana, Anindo. Thank you, everybody, joining me. This one here is replayed. We're going to be scheduling it. We're going to be doing a Twitter Spaces later as well. We're going to be hitting all channels. This is the page. This is what I do. I champion artists, views, opinions, NFT community all day long. I always tell you, support people who support you, who are willing to take it one step further, who are willing to say it's okay to drop a thread, but what will you do with the thread? What will you do with my arts? If I drop my arts, you're not getting me a sale. That's fine. Listen, my arts don't get anybody sales. My arts expose you without sounding thirsty. Let me explain one more time. Nobody loves a thirsty artist. Nobody loves repetitive links. Nobody loves repetitive shilling. Nobody loves repetitive offers. And so you mask it by creating quality conversation. This is a real tip, by the way. You mask it. Thank you, Nitre. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. It's hard to talk and see you guys too because I want to fucking tell you how much I love you. I love you. You mask it by creating quality conversation. You mask it by adding great usernames. You mask it by showing up to quality threads like the one that I drop so that I could turn the thirstiness into calmness and present you in a well-mannered tone. It's totally masked. We know we all want bids. We know you want to be collected. We know you want your piece seen by the world. We know Freaks has an amazing, but the way we present it needs to be masked by providing opportunity through quality engagement. And it starts right here at twitter.com/NFT Freaks. The channels are posted up right here. I'm NFT Freaks. I'm Vangeli Galekis. I'm one of one. I'm crazy. I'm aggressive. I cuss a lot. But I can promise you, we will never be left behind. We will never be found as slackers. We will never be highlighted as losers. We will never be depressed. We will never be down. The fucking hundreds are, I probably shed a tear. But there ain't no stopping anybody who talks. And I do that at the mercy of what? Kindness, being approached by collectors, I don't give a fuck. Because when the fake shit flakes out or dissolves or disintegrates or stops and all those compliments and all that ass kissing, there is nothing you will have that will promise you any type of future. But if I come here and I do it correctly with you and I show you and I say, you know what? Scott Bateman, you're a badass person. You're a badass username. Your art is fantastic. Please start valuing your mints so that people can fucking start paying you the right price. It's going to take a while. You have to teach them. Rick Wade, same way. Hundreds in the house, man. Y'all are incredible. This one here is being replayed. This is number 2, NFT Freaks Live with the live art thread attached. Twitter.com, NFT Freaks on all channels. Hey, look, if you want to support me correctly, there's a couple of ways. The first one Anybody you see me support, this is very important because I'm so very fucking loyal. Anybody I support that you support will get you automatically promoted by me. It's the fastest way. I told you, I love Rick. I love Scott. Go support them. If I see you support them, I'll find you. If I say I love John O and you support John O, I'll find you. If I say I love Slyfly and L Rock and you love them, I'll find you. That's where I'm going. If I tell you that Mentalist420 is my partner on Twitter.com, everything he does will be a part of what I do. It doesn't matter. Because I've already signed my loyalty off like that. That's where I'll find you. The second, Sly Guys. Sly Guys NFT has all my love, all my time, all my fucking cocky, every single word that I tweet out to you, I will make you eat through Sly Guys NFT. I swear to God, or I will die. Or a Slyfly will die. Somebody will die. That's the only way we'll be stopped. We'll perish off this earth. It's going to happen. If you like what I do, know it's going to happen. The last one, Freaks University. 24/7, these resources. By the way, anybody in here who's a token holder, website with your works, the images, optimization happening. The hundreds haven't stopped. I appreciate you for joining me. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, drop comments so people can find us next time. If you make this worth it, the next time will happen sooner than you think. We could do it every day, maybe. I'm NFT Freaks, and I represent a piece of the NFT community. Please stop by, explore. Anybody you've seen here, go. And last but not least, I have to say this. You don't have to like me. You don't have to support me. You don't have to do any of it. But you need to recognize people who hustle here correctly. Because that's what it's really about, man. We're showing that if you collect the pill, which is a mint, we're saying that this mint here is going to either have incredible art, incredible persona, incredible value, incredible digital existence, social power. There's a variable attached to it. I appreciate my key holders, by the way. Everything I build is for my key holders. This channel is for my key holders. Thank you so much. And I'll see